When we opened up the camper for the spring, we found a leak in the outside shower and figured out that it was coming from something called the vacuum breaker. And I was able to find the part on Amazon, and I'm going to get that fixed today. This is what happened when we turned the water on this spring. See that water leaking out of that little hole? That's the vacuum breaker. Shouldn't be leaking. New piece I got off of Amazon. So I'm going to take off the shower hose. Just going to unscrew that. I'm going to unscrew all these exterior screws and pull this whole box out because there's no other access on my camper. I have to do everything from the outside. Got my drill and a couple extra things. I got some extra butyl tape to re-waterproof it afterwards. Got that off of Amazon. A couple of tools. Hope I don't need them because everything's plastic. But I have a scraper to scrape off the old butyl tape later, and some rubbing alcohol to help me with that. You want to turn off your water pump, obviously. I don't know if it's that obvious, but you don't want to get sprayed with water. Shut that guy off. Let's run a little water. The other faucets until they stop. I also open up all the other faucets with the water pump off, and I let it drain. And I just turn in these valves for my low point just to get any excess water out of the lines so that when I disconnect it I don't get water all over the place. Just an aside, I was watching some other guy's video and I discovered that those two stupid holes in this box are actually so that the shower hose could go up through one of those holes and down through the other hole to help prevent kinking. But the way they plumbed my faucet, it doesn't look like it's going to help. But I'm going to try it both ways and see which way is the least kinky way. If I had time, I would go to the store and get some more of these screws to replace these original ones that are a little bit rusty, but I don't have time. So I've got the box almost out, just using this plastic scraper tool to gently just push away from the edge of the sidewall. And you can see the old butyl tape is peeling away. So we're going to unscrew those black nuts, and then also unscrew the white hub from the hoses, and then pull out this whole faucet and see if we can put in the new vacuum breaker. You can see after you've unscrewed the hose ends, it just drips a little bit of water, which makes having the basin there handy to collect the water, and it drips out of the box too. This is a drippy mess. Alright, what do we got? I'm gonna take these guys off. So let's do that. Everything seems to be hand tight. Literally hands here. God, I gotta get my nails done. Oh, goody. We get to see the inside. Alright, I have to figure out what to do next. Alright, so I came inside because I was getting cold and I didn't know what to do with this. So I found out I could unscrew these little collars. They were just really tight. So I used a wrench and I unscrewed the first one. I'm going to unscrew this one, and then I think I can pull this piece out all together and then put the replacement part in. Wish me luck. Okay, I get to share my aha moment with you. So I got those two little collars off the faucets. Since I'm not a natural born plumber, I just figured this out. Okay, that piece came off. I was like, aha, how does this work? And then I figured out that this just pulls out like that. And look, there's more pieces that can fail. So now I know in the future. Oh shit, something just fell. Don't lose these down your couch cushions. Jesus. Alright, so I have solved the puzzle. This is like a friggin'... Seriously? That's the piece that's leaking. And there's a new one. So we're going to put it back together. Of course, I remember exactly what I just did because I'm a genius. So I'll just get this back. Okay, for your fellow geniuses, I decided to just set it up before I put the pieces back. And hope that I remembered the right directions everything is facing. Okay, that's not too bad. There's a little notch here that matches up with that notch there. Okay, it's back together. Let's just hope I did everything in the right direction. The knobs are outside, so So now we got it all back together. I'm going to just reattach these pieces, and then before I put the box back in the camper, I'm going to turn the water back on to check to make sure I solved the problem. Okay, so I've just temporarily attached the water lines, and I reattached the shower head hose to the new vacuum breaker, and I'm going to go turn the water pump on and see if any water leaks out of that little weep hole. Alright, let's see what we got. And I guess it would help to turn this on. God damn it. Alright, I got water running. Alrighty. Excellent. Alright, so I've cleaned out the old vinyl caulk as best I can without scratching the fiberglass, and wiped it down with some rubbing alcohol on a towel. Just gave it a good scrubbing and cleaned up the old box. You can get an entirely new box for less than $100 on Amazon, but I'm too cheap, so I cleaned this one up in a sink, a little bit of bleach, and just dried it off real good. And now we're gonna do a bunch of stuff in the next few minutes. I need to put the butyl tape all around this outside edge, which is here, so I'm gonna do that. And I also need to take this shower hose. Don't lose the little washers on either end. I took the shower head off. And I was looking at some other pictures, and I'm gonna try to thread the end of the shower hose through these two upper holes to try to create loops in the shower so that it's not as kinky when you put it away. I just like to say kinky. But anyway, we're gonna try to unkink it. Keep it G-rated. Alright, so that was a pain in the ass because this hose is really stiff. This is just a terrible video. So I've never had to use this word before. I had to pre-kink this curve in the hose. Did it? Put that on there. And I put these through the holes. And I'm going to put these on the outside here. And then we'll see how it looks. See if it was worth the effort. Alright, got the hoses connected. Just hand tight. And we have the shower hose through the proper openings. And so now I have the butyl tape, which just looks like a big piece of chewing gum. Sticky on this side, and then the paper on the other side is keeping it from sticking. So just gonna replace that all around this edge, all around the box, and then take off the second piece of tape, and then we'll line everything up with the hole in the fiberglass. Alright, just to show the butyl tape is applied and the paper's all off, and it's literally just like a big piece of chewing gum all the way around, and that's gonna help seal out these holes so water doesn't get in your coach. And then once it's all put together, I'm going to put a bead of vinyl caulk where the old bead was to finish up the job. Alright, took the caulk, applied a bead around each edge, left, top, and right side, skipped the bottom part, smoothed it with a wet finger just across here, got it nice and smooth. I went and got my nails done, and now it's dry. It looks good. Now I'm just waiting for the next thing to break.